Hi loves, today's first impressions is on the Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. I am in the 4th shade out of 15. There's only about 6 different shades in store, and I have 725 Buff Beige. This is a lightweight full coverage makeup, and it's supposed to give you a hydrating, nice glow with an SPF 20, vitamins, and antioxidants. It is oil-free, it does come with a pump, and I'm going to show you guys some shades from the other Covergirl foundation that I like. So this is a swatch of the foundation, and this is when I'm pretty pale, but it does oxidize. Every Covergirl foundation I've used does oxidize, and I really like the finish of this. I don't know if you guys can see, it does give you a natural look. And here are the other foundations swatched. I'll put the names up on the screen. So the first one is when I'm pretty fair. And the second one from the Outlast collection is when I have a little bit of self-tanner. It's a little bit warmer. And then the last shade on the left is a little bit darker when I have a pretty good tan. But they do oxidize, which you guys will see. And I'm going to leave some swatches and stay tuned for the demo and my... I am so pale right now, but I am going to go in with the foundation. I picked up the shade Buff Beige, which is 725. They only had about 5 different colors, and this was $9.99 at Walmart. I do like the package. This top is a little bit cheap. It's just very plasticky, and you get the standard 1 fluid ounces. My self-tanner is wearing away, and my face is always like a million shades lighter than the rest of my body, but hopefully Buff Beige works out. I swatched one of the shades because there was a tester. It was so pink, so hopefully this isn't too pink or too orange, because Covergirl, I feel like their foundations oxidize a lot. Now I'm gonna shake it up. On this side of my face, I'm going to use a beauty sponge. Just 2 pumps. Hopefully this matches me. It smells really good. It smells like if you were in a spa. It's very fragrant. So far, not too bad. It does look, I wouldn't say dewy, but maybe a satin finish. On the bottle, it doesn't say what type of finish this is, but it's very natural. So here's with the beauty blender and without. I really hope this doesn't oxidize too bad. Now I'm gonna go in with an e.l.f. stipple brush. I should have cleaned this, but I'm taking 1 pump. Probably need to go in another pump.
Yeah, with the brush, I can already notice that. It's a lot fuller coverage.
I'm gonna go in again with 1 pump. Just like the finish with it. So this is 2 pumps on both sides, and I do prefer a sponge over a brush. Well, at least with this brush, I feel like this is a little bit streaky. Very natural, very lightweight, which it does say it's lightweight. Full coverage makeup. I wouldn't say this is quite full coverage. Maybe a medium, a good medium coverage, but not full. You can still see my dark spots. Usually I have to color correct this one. I'm going to apply the concealer now, which I have not tried out, and I'm going to be doing a review on the Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. It's been a few minutes, and I feel like this foundation is starting to oxidize a little bit. More on the orange side, kind of. It's not too pink, which is good, but I am going to set my whole face with the Wet n Wild Photo Focused Pressed Powder in the shade Neutral Buff. This is a very light powder, so I'm just gonna dust my face. With this foundation, I can feel it. so hopefully the feeling does go away, but it's not horrible like some full coverage foundations. And I'm gonna do a quick flash test. This foundation does have an SPF of 20. Alright, so in the next clip, I'm going to show you guys with different lighting. It does give flashback, as you can see. And then outside, it does look really nice. It did oxidize just a little bit. Window lighting, I love it. It looks excellent. And at the end of the day, there's still flashback. This was taken with flash off my camera. I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Bye. So it's been 3 hours, and yes, I did change my top. I think the foundation is holding up really nicely. It doesn't feel as tacky as it first did. It feels really lightweight. But I have to say, I'm pretty sure it did oxidize. I don't know if you guys can tell, but when I get in the car, there's a little bit of a difference. It's not pink, which is good, but a lot of them run pink or tend to get really orange. And like I said, my self-tanner is pretty much completely off, so I'm gonna update you guys later. So I've had this foundation on for 10 hours now, and I didn't think it would last this long. Not gonna lie, when I saw this, I thought it was gonna be pretty light coverage and, I don't know, kind of oily. But I have to say, first impressions, I'm impressed with this foundation. I don't have a lot of luck with CoverGirl foundations, except like one foundation. It just looks very natural, but it gives you good coverage. It says it gives you a full coverage, but I would say a medium to full coverage with a brush. It does feel lightweight. It does say, it claims that it's lightweight. Throughout the day, I didn't even notice that it was on my face. I think it held up really nicely. Around the 7-hour mark, I did have to just touch up in my T-zone. I have really oily skin, and today was in the 80s. It was humid, it was raining, and it was just a busy filming day. That's why I changed my clothes again, and I have lashes on today. And also what scared me was it says this formula hydrates. I have oily skin, and I typically stay away from anything that says hydrating, but I don't think it looks bad at all. The only con that I can think of is the shade selection. I had a pretty hard time, but I think I got lucky on picking out this shade, which is buff beige. It oxidized just a tiny bit. I don't know if you guys can see that it oxidized, but it wasn't anything like super noticeable. Not too orange, not too pink. Don't be surprised if you have to go back to the store to get your perfect shade, especially with the drugstore foundations if they don't have a tester. So just keep that in mind. But I will let you guys know in the comments in about 2 weeks if I still like this foundation, you know, do a full review. I might do a whole separate video on foundations that I tried out in the past to see if I still like them or not. I am going to do a close-up, and the lashes and my lip color will be linked down below. So let's get into the